Hey y'all, it's me, SB, for my family in the US and for my family here in South Africa. Salute. So anyway, y'all, listen, we have a good show for you tonight. I got to introduce y'all to some people who looked me up and said, I got to come see what's going on over there in South Africa. And they made it here. And this is Pastor, this is First Lady, Mrs. J, and Mrs. Cece over on the end of the sofa. Once I get in my head, I can't let it go. You know what I mean, right? So listen, they have come all the way across the Atlantic to see what South Africa is like. Now, I think I'm saying this correctly. You all were kind of inspired by my Webnation video. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's talk about it. I want to know. Because listen, guys, I don't know what I said on that video. It went down for the testimony for me, but I'm glad I'm inspiring people because guess what? Y'all know everything crazy is going on in the United States. So listen, we all may need refuge somewhere. So if you're going to come to South Africa, might as well come. Look, I think I said a couple times, check it out. See what it's like. Don't listen to me. And I want to hear how it all has been. So tell me, first things first, though, Pastor, you're going to tell me what inspired you all from my video to come visit.
Well, actually, thank you again for having us. And to be honest with you, your spirit, your joyfulness, your invitation absolutely captured our hearts. I shared it with my wife first, the video, then I showed it to my daughters. When I showed it to everybody, they also captured your heart for sharing your experiences. So that's what happened on the front end, and we absolutely are experiencing just that as a result of getting over here.
Oh, yeah, I want to hear about it because you know what? I knew nothing about South Africa. I knew nothing about the continent. So that brings me to the next question. Is this your first time here on that continent of Africa?
For us, yes. Us three.
Oh,
Yes. I have been to the continent of Africa a few years ago. I was able to go to Egypt.
That's one of my places I want to go.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I really enjoyed it there and the history that it had to offer. But South Africa is a little different. It's a little different.
Oh,
People look a little bit more like me here. But people are absolutely just really welcoming and kind and just really embraced us at each place that we've been so far here.
ooh, I like that. So would y'all all say the same thing? You've been embraced by that South African culture.
Agreed. And they want to make sure that we had a good experience. And every place we went, I can't remember one that didn't say, has South Africa been good to you? I hope you've had a good experience. And we're able to say, yes, it's
So
absolutely.
I'm picking up on this thing. They do not talk loud, right? They all whisper. I know, I like it. I be just so loud.
Yeah.
I was like, look at this country. I'm so country with this country accent. Why y'all whispering? I somehow have to start talking with the inside. I haven't found out yet why that is. I think that's just their culture, though. But they all talk softly, men and women. They're not loud at all. So that's good.
They get really excited. And we've heard some that got really excited.
Yes.
We were laughing about something and we heard that a little bit, which was refreshing, which is great.
Okay. Are you sure they were South Africans?
Oh,
that's a good point.
that's a good point.
Because I'm telling you, they don't get that loud. They're very nice people, and I love the fact that they just whisper and they don't. It's very prim, very proper.
Very much.
I was like, you mind yes. That is sweet. That's something I picked up too. It has been fun learning South Africans because, of course, we're here. We have no idea because we just think everybody's pretty much South Africans because that's where we are. But it's not.
Right.
It's not. So they've been teaching me, trying to help me learn the difference. So yeah, that's something that you look into. Okay, so listen. What was your first impression? Like right when you got off the this is funny. But right when you got off the airplane, not last night, but the very first time. What was your first impression in the airport? What did you take note to?
I think we felt like, oh, this is beautiful. once we got inside the airport. Is that what you're asking?
Right. Or whatever you want to, however you want to, because sometimes in the airport they have the people out there dancing and they have the welcome song and they're singing. I don't know if you didn't do it. Okay.
Well, even before we got to, because I know I'm familiar with the airport area you're talking about, where they sometimes will have dancing. But even before, when we were going through customs, one of the first things we recognized, we were like, wait, we're in the customs line of those who are coming to South Africa. We were the minority.
Very much.
Absolutely.
And we were like, wait, I thought we were, this isn't what
that
and
was
we
strange.
realized, oh, it's like a hidden secret. You know what I mean? And so, yeah.
I caught it on the plane.
Oh, see, it just
Yeah. I caught it on the plane over. I was looking around. I was like, we are going to Africa, but no one else was going that kind of looked like us. Yes.
Right.
It was a whole lot
There
of,
were a few. It was a
yeah,
but
not many.
But when we did come out into the airport area, then it was like,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm no longer the minority. Yeah, that's interesting.
Man, something as far as the odd moment after we came out, most of those were the workers, the worker bees, which were very kind also, and they also, even though they were let's say TSA, they were still with that inside voice as well.
Absolutely.
Both
Very much.
men and women, all the way, and even when you get out to the front area where there are taxis, Ubers, and all that, they were still very kind. They were not too pushy. They were a little salesman pitched. I could see it, but as long as you didn't look directly in the eye, you keep on walking. But it was a good experience. Jocelyn, that was good that you remember the line
Recall that,
because
'cause
we did talk
about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So you all been here and you've had an opportunity to go to Durban.
Yes.
And what did you think about Durban?
Well, Durban City.
Okay.
Okay, inside the city of Durban. Interesting. Lots of people.
Okay.
I was surprised by the homelessness, I think, for the area that we were. What appeared to be homelessness. Let me say that my perception of what appeared to be homelessness.
Okay.
On the main streets and even at some of the tour areas that we were told to go, check out this area. Well, kind of surprised. It kind of gave me a California feel sometimes,
Absolutely.
but very interesting. We stayed on the outside of the city.
our accommodations were in
Yes,
Toledo.
Okay.
and that was much different.
Okay.
Much.
So you were greeted by the monkeys. Did you have an opportunity to?
We kept hearing about the monkeys.
We didn't even really see them until our last 2 days.
2 days.
And what was your experience?
They were cool.
Yeah.
You just happened to see a couple.
Your initial experience
Initial
at
experience.
the restaurant?
Yeah,
That was our initial experience.
That was y'all's initial. Okay.
Go ahead.
My initial one was at
At
the place where we stayed at.
Okay.
And I saw one come up and enjoy the beach scene. He came up on the deck, sat on the rail, watched the waves and everything, and then he got out. And everything. So then, like the next day, that's when
Well, we were at Mug and Bean
yes.
enjoying a beautiful breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
And we learned how quickly the monkeys can jump in. First, when we approached, we were in the shopping center, and they were sitting across the top, kind of just waiting for opportunities for food. And
Like a cell phone.
and so when we got inside and we sat down,
Mm-hmm.
we were like, oh, well, they're staying away. It didn't take very long before they were jumping down to try to grab something out of what was it, like food that was left over or something.
Oh, at least they waited for leftovers.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah.
well, the first one did.
well, one of the things we also observed and we talked about was that the restaurant workers
Yes.
were on point.
Yes.
They were watching for them. There was one particular gentleman who would continue to go over to them and chase them away. So they didn't have a lot of freedom
Okay.
while they were visiting around the food, but they were hopping up on the umbrellas over the tables and taking every opportunity.
Did
to
that make you
pop
feel like
in.
you were in Africa?
Mm.
Because listen, I've had friends come and it was like, hey, look, it's been 10 days, we've seen no animals. 'Cause, we've seen, because we hadn't been on a safari, we hadn't done anything. It was
Okay.
like, it's been 10 days, we've seen no animal, we've seen no bugs. Is this really Africa? And I'm like, what the hell? This is tiger, but you got to go to the animals. So to see and live amongst the monkeys and see them, it's almost like, yeah, I'm in Africa.
Yes.
I like
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know if I
how
have-
Dad described them as kind of like at home. We would consider them like squirrels.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Like the
Yeah,
that's wonderful.
like-
Okay.
Well, not
Well,
that many, but like behaviorally in a
Yeah.
way.
They
How would you
scurry.
say?
Basically, we didn't see a whole lot of movement of any type of animals. Listen, even the flies are on strike
minimal.
over here. Okay?
I know, and that's like one of the major questions. SB, how big those flies over there? I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to say.
I don't know what
Yeah.
they
I've seen some aggressive ones a couple times, but they just wanted a little piece of something. But to say that there was an overwhelming amount of flies,
You have to go to safari to see the flies.
but do y'all
But even
realize?
safari,
Yeah.
you can see a
See
ton of
flies.
flies.
Yeah.
Even on safari with all the animals.
Wow.
Well, now when I was with the giraffes, because we were walking kind of with the giraffe, it came a lot, and I was up here doing like this all the whole time. But you expect it.
Yeah.
But you know that Sally Fields, so many years ago, it was all about the flowers.
Of course.
It was all, and that's our takeaway. So now that you're actually here and you're experiencing it for yourself, now we have a whole different story. Well, we're gonna write history a little different.
Yes.
Nobody talks about this part. It's always the struggle.
No, it was quite refreshing to be able to not deal with that, especially this time of the year.
Right, right. And it's getting ready to be summer, you're right. Christmas trees is out. What do y'all think about that? Having the Christmas trees out in the summer times. That's the difference, right? It's hard to get into that, right? But yeah, they're beautiful. They have them all lit up, the malls everywhere
Yeah.
already.
It was a reminder for me, or reminded me of living in the Philippines, because that same time of year in October, it's time for Christmas, and it's like the first time it was very weird. It's hot.
It's hot.
Why are we talking about Christmas?
It's hot. You can jump in the pool and look at the Christmas tree at the same time.
Yeah. So
You don't have to put the fake frost, the fake snow. You have to
snow in a can.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Or you just have a very green evergreen. Yeah. That is funny. But so I want to know from each one of you, what did you like the most? Or do you think you could live here? However you want to, whichever way you want to answer that question.
I'll answer first, because I'm the one I've been talking about
Yeah, you've been
possible
speaking.
expatriation for probably 10 years at this point. So
But it hasn't always been Africa.
no, it hasn't. Actually, Africa wasn't even on my radar, because I had previously been looking mostly at Portugal, just watching the African American, the Black expat community, spending a lot more time in Portugal and saying, we feel safe here, and, coming out of America and raising our children without having to worry about mass shootings and all of that. And so I was like, Portugal sounds amazing, culturally, a heavily Christian country. And so I was like, Portugal sounds great, until Dad sent me your Webnation. And he was like, can you look into Africa? What is? And I was like, I want to go to Portugal.
Okay, well we
But I
got it.
started looking,
Okay.
and I was like, he might be onto something. I'm not going to say anything yet, though. Let me keep researching. And South Africa was very impressive then. Now that I've been here, I'd come back and check it out a little bit more. Could I see myself? Yeah, I could see myself living.
I could too. I actually think you kind of fit in very, very well.
Oh, well, thank you.
I do. I'm surprised by these two though, because normally, you're so grounded. You know what I mean? So it's I could never get my parents to come 12,000 miles. I would have never been able to do that.
Say the same thing.
Yeah, you would have said it.
Yeah.
Oh,
You were saying?
She would say
I
that
would say
too.
that about my parents.
Okay.
But she has been talking about it for a while, the opportunities that there may be out here, and then once he saw Africa, and then she jumped into it. Listen, it's beautiful here. It is absolutely beautiful. And we've had nothing but a great experience. And so okay.
Things
So
might
you're
get tough.
saying there's a chance.
Well, what do you think, Pastor? What do you think? I want to go back to, because don't let me forget this, because you mentioned something that is a very big subject here, and that's the safety. That's like number one on everyone's list. So we want to talk about that in just a moment. But what do you think about being here actually seeing it, not living through my words,
Sure.
but just being here yourself. And if it could just be somewhere that you could live.
From my perspective, so far, it is worth continuing to pray about,
Yeah.
to continue to investigate, and to invest in going through the process of looking. Because one of the things that I have always wanted to do is make sure, first of all, is safety, security, and then quality of life. Um, um, and as I go around and look at different locations, and um, I have to say that there is a good possibility in certain sectors that I'm open to.
Mhm.
But at the same time, there's also very matter of fact of other sections I'm not going to be a part of, okay,
Right.
with my family. So,
Mhm.
but at the same time, that says the same thing where I come from.
It's good. That's true.
So we came through London. We had a little layover over there. We got to see London a little bit, in the nicer areas, which is nice. But I can't. I could, well, from where we saw in London, I would much rather be over here and everything. So
Yeah.
when we came to, we went out. We seen parts of Pretoria outside of here, and which is very nice in this location. But we also seen parts of Joburg, and we've seen some countrysides of here as well. So it's starting to come together to a point where I can get a bigger picture than just isolation. I don't think that's good for nobody living inside the bubble. So, but I think it says a lot to me and my wife that our family is willing to take this journey of looking together. But I really see and sense that there's a lot of benefits of being open-minded, and hopefully we'll get to see some other things. And we also have some extended families
right.
that we were able to connect to. My wife has a sister who has some connection with some people, and we all said they have niece and nephew, they're cousins and that kind of stuff. And so that was really refreshing.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what it's mostly about, having something or someone that you can kind of relate to, because that's what you all did for me, or did with me.
Absolutely.
And then you all are going to attract a different group of people too. And they're going to relate to you all. Like, oh, wait a minute, that's Pastor. Oh, I do this and I do this. And then it's relatable. And I think what we want to do for the most part is give people a choice, because we don't want to be in a bubble.
Exactly.
Because the United States keeps us in a bubble, which was a glorious bubble, I must say. I can't take anything away from it, but things are changing.
Yes.
They're changing, and it may not be the best place for us to be.
Preach.
So to have an option that that people realistically have experienced, not that you hear about it or they say, that say stuff.
Yeah.
They say, who is they? Okay, they say they are us. So it's, just for you all to be able to touch me, I think is great.
Absolutely.
And then you all will be able to be touched by someone else.
Right.
So I think that that's what we intend to do.
Right.
I mean, that's why we're here doing that.
I honestly say, I do not think that I would have made this trek without you.
Oh,
Yeah,
For
sure. Absolutely.
Are you a Webnation person or a YouTube person?
I'm a God-led, turn the TV on.
And then there's confirmation. That is amazing. I was wondering, I wanted to ask you about that. Did you watch, because I had never heard of Webnation before myself, and I am a YouTuber.
We didn't either.
So
We did
yeah,
the first time.
so for him to say, I saw you, I'm like, huh?
Saved it.
Because
Saved it.
You saved it.
yeah, and we way over here.
Yes.
And Webnation is Webnation Africa.
Wow.
It's not Webnation
That's right.
the United States. So that's amazing to me to hear that. So, but so many people have seen that video for whatever reason. It has gone well past Africa. and well over into the United States. And we have some people that actually know us, questioning us, like, "Is that you?" And I'm like,
Oh.
"Yes, that's me." Yeah, really. So that's it's doing what it's supposed to do, and we're getting the message out because like there is a whole nother world on the other side,
Yes.
a whole nother country, I should say, a continent on the
It
other side.
really is. It really is.
Because I love the United States, but I was definitely open to moving. And, I don't know why, because you know what, I didn't give myself time to think about it. So that's one of the things. I didn't give myself time to think about all the stuff I'm packing up, all the stuff I have to do, this, that. I just said, let's go. And I went with it. Because I think if you give yourself time to think about it, you would tell yourself, oh, got too much going on right now. Maybe this, maybe that, so that was my thing.
I was saying earlier that the people are just so kind and it just feels welcoming, and I haven't felt uncomfortable at all. And to also see that the resources that we have available in the US are here. The food is excellent. The malls are huge.
I think that needs to be echoed because it's always now. I don't know the difference now. I thought I knew this third world, second world, first world. I thought I knew. I thought I had a hint. But if someone were to call South Africa a third world country, I got to look at them a little cross. Like, huh? Are you sure?
Yeah.
So I'm a little because it's very developed. The malls are A1, and you do have running water.
Yes.
And all those things and lights and things that they say we don't have. So I would echo everything you just mentioned. And that was that's actually one of my first interviews. I did say those things.
Okay.
And I talked about the food, the restaurant. Let's talk about safety because that's a very big deal. And it's not a lie that there's a lot of crime that goes on. Some of it is very, very petty. And some of it mostly happens in the city, which would be Johannesburg. They will steal your cell phone, but that just means you can't just be out there. You don't need to be that way anyway. You need to be about the business and doing what you have to do, but they will tap you on one shoulder and steal and run off. That is one thing that we do have a lot of. But I don't know. I mean, fortunately, I've been fortunate. I haven't seen too many things else, up close and personal, but I hear about a lot of things too. But I think it goes back to what Pastor was saying. It all depends on where you go. Where you decide to go. You plan your day and things of that nature until you get comfortable. But you all didn't see anything strange or okay.
And we make that same choice in America, don't we?
You do.
We
You
know
definitely
where
do.
to-
But it just feels different. It feels different.
Yeah. Like so we haven't had any issues whatsoever.
It feels different. Yeah.
Yeah. And even for me, like living here, since we've been here, we've not even seen the petty theft. But I think too, we naturally just kind of keep our head on a swivel. You just keep your things close to you. So to me, at least the level of, I'll say training that I've had, like we just can't be aware of your surroundings is always something that I do even at home. And then I think back to when I was living in the Philippines for that work assignment, and I did get robbed. My purse was where my wallet was taken, and at a totally different continent. And that was petty theft. But I told them, and I have to look this up really to know. But when I compare petty theft or burglary to mass shootings,
Oh yeah, which would you prefer,
if
right?
I need to pick one, I think the choice is obvious.
Yeah, it's just petty is inconvenient.
That's
Yes. Mass shootings are life or death.
right.
Yeah, it kind of both of them get on your nerve, but one is like, hey, doesn't even compare.
Right.
Yeah.
And one is really traumatizing to your
Everything, because it could be you. You could have been
the
in that
children, it
building.
could be your nieces and nephews, So that kind of thing, apples and oranges.
Right. That's true. That's and I think a lot of times people always want to warn us about the safety of it all because they don't realize coming from America what we actually live in because it's all Hollywood. It's all movies. It's all television shows. Even from the way we speak, they're like, "That's how we know you guys from your voices and stuff." From the movies. They told you that. That's what they say all the time. That's how they know us. So,
But even in researching global peace index rates South Africa higher than the United States on the global peace index.
definitely. I mean,
So
because
it's statistically
that's where the whisper comes from. It's a vibe. It's a vibe here. So listen, guys, this has been wonderful. But do you want to leave with anything else? Anything else you want to say before we end this? I just wanted to say thank you. I get a lot of emails from a lot of different people, and I always know I get a sense of who's going to walk it out. So I'm glad you guys decided to walk it out, and it's a pleasure. And I hope someday soon I'll see you again.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely made us feel welcome. And that was one of the things that was so refreshing to me after seeing the YouTube and the emails back and forth, and for us to get here and to get that same bubbly, friendly family,
Yeah.
welcome was extremely
Yeah.
refreshing.
Well, good.
Great.
I'm glad
So
I
the
was here.
experience has been great.
And it helps me too. So, because I want everybody to know have the right information. Yeah,
Been
so,
on point.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you, guys.